What if I told you that becoming a millionaire, well, it isn't about getting lucky or inheriting a bunch of money or even making a huge salary? What if it's really just a math problem? Well, today we're going to break it down, and I think you'll find the answer is way more achievable than you've ever been led to believe.
So let me just ask you, do you think you need that six-figure salary or maybe a winning lottery ticket to hit that seven-figure mark? If you do, you're not alone. That's pretty much what we're all taught to believe. Well, it is time to unlearn that. Seriously, the road to $1 million really isn't about how much you earn. That's the big secret, and honestly, it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
When you really boil it down, becoming a millionaire is just a math problem. And, like any good math problem, there's a solution. And the solution is surprisingly simple. You ready for it?
There it is. For a 30-year-old starting from scratch, investing just $671 a month could get you to $1 million portfolio by age 65. That's it. No lottery ticket needed. Just consistency. So you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, it's possible because you have this secret weapon, this incredibly powerful ally fighting on your side, and that ally is time. Time is the fuel in the tank for this whole thing. And here's the force that time unleashes. Compound interest. People have called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's not just your money earning interest. It's your interest earning more interest. It's literally a snowball effect for your money. And this is where the magic really happens. Just look at these numbers. So, in our example, over 35 years, you'd have put in about $282,000. But the growth from your investments? That's over $718,000. After a while, your money starts doing all the heavy lifting for you. It's growing way more than what you're actually putting in. That right there is the power of compounding.
But here's the catch, and this is so important. This whole thing only works if you start. Look at this. Waiting just 5 years, from age 30 to 35, means you have to invest an extra $380 every single month just to get to the same goal. Time is your best friend in this, but procrastination, it's your worst enemy.
Okay, so we get the why. Now, let's get into the how. What are the actual tools you need? It's so much simpler than you think. You definitely don't need to be some kind of Wall Street genius.
All right, rule number one, and this is absolutely non-negotiable. Never, ever leave free money on the table. If your job offers a 401k match, that is an instant guaranteed return on your money. Not taking it is literally like turning down a raise.
And here's the best way to think about the order of things. It's called the waterfall approach. Imagine your money is water filling up different buckets. First, you fill the most important bucket, your 401k, but only up to what your employer will match. Once that's full, the water spills over into the next bucket, which is a Roth IRA. Fill that one to the max. Then you go back and fill up the rest of your 401k. And only when all of that is done does the overflow go into a regular brokerage account. It's a system that just makes sure every single dollar is working as hard as it possibly can for you.
So what do you even invest in? Look, forget trying to pick the next big thing. You can build an incredibly powerful, globally diversified portfolio with just 3 simple, low-cost index funds. One for the U.S. stock market, one for the international market, and a small slice for bonds to keep things stable. That's it. It's simple, it's effective, and it just works.
Okay, so you've got the plan. Now let's talk about the traps, because knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. These are the big mistakes that can completely derail the journey.
So the number one wealth destroyer? It's not some scary market crash you see on the news. No, it's something way quieter, almost invisible. It's high investment fees. They're like termites, just silently eating away at your returns, year after year after year.
I mean, just look at the math here. This is the exact same investment, just with 4 different annual fees. A 1% or 2% fee, it doesn't sound like much, right? But because fees also compound, just in reverse, they can rob you of hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Let that number just sink in for a second. $410,000. Over 35 years, a 2% fee could cost you that much compared to a low-cost fund. I mean, that's a house. That's a huge part of a comfortable retirement. That's the devastating power of high fees.
All right, the second big mistake is ego. It's the belief that you can outsmart everybody else, that you can jump in and out of the market at just the right times. But you know what? The data is crystal clear. Almost no one can do this successfully. And this is exactly why trying to time the market is a losing game. Just look at this. Over a 30-year period, if you put $10,000 in and just left it alone, you would have grown to $189,000. But if you got nervous, tried to time things, and you just happened to miss the 10 best days in the market, your return gets cut by more than half. The lesson here is so clear. Time in the market beats timing the market every time. So, we've gone over the math, the tools, and the big mistakes to avoid. I know, it's a lot of information. But the most important part of any plan is always just taking that first step. So let's make it incredibly simple.
Here are 3 things you can do today. First, log into your work benefits portal and make sure you are contributing enough to get every single penny of that free employer match. Second, automate your savings. Set up a transfer that happens every month without you even having to think about it. And third, pick that simple 3-fund portfolio we talked about. That's it. That's the start.
So, there you have it. The path is clear. This isn't magic, it's just math. It's not about being lucky, it's about being consistent. Your entire $1 million future really just boils down to one simple thing: your very next paycheck. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it?